Hey everybody, so I'm here to review / give an installation video for the Eonon GA5153V. As you can see, the head unit's pretty nice. It's got, GPS band and your AMS button on the left, your DVD home and back button on the right. It's Android driven. I've had it installed for about a day now, but I had to take it back out to do another wiring that I forgot to do yesterday. You got your power button up on the left with the mute. You got your tune on the right. And then on the top here, you have all your wiring schematics. It does work with the buttons on your steering wheel. This is installed on a 2009 Volkswagen GTI. As you can see, I already have everything pretty much wired up, but it's kind of hard to mess things up on this one. You have your antenna connection right here with the dual Farca, but as I'm going to show you, it's not going to fit the way you need it. Your GPS connections right here. I have my GPS routed up underneath this right here, so you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's right there. It works pretty good. This thing does not come with GPS installed. You either have to use your phone or there's a little GPS card slot right there. You just pop it open. There's a SD card. I have one on the way. Eonon, straight off their website, sells them. And I think I got mine for, it was about $35. As you can see, you have your connector right here. So this connects straight up right to the stock connection. Just make sure it lines up. I'm gonna set this down for a second. Alright, so you hear that beep, means it's got power. Alright, so now you're connected. And this little thing right here is your CAN bus decode. So you don't have to do any wiring with that. Your buttons on your key or on your steering wheel work. And so it's pretty nice. So this is one of your connectors for your antenna. This is the one that I'm going to use. So you connect it to this guy, and I'll show you in a second what I mean about not being able to connect them both. If I can get it connected. Gotta find the other guy. Alright, so you'll see, this is the other end connector. Alright, and just physically, it won't fit. It's got no room next to this guy. So what Eonon says is just connect one of them, and then this is the reason why I'm pulling this whole thing out. Again, you have a blue wire coming off of your radio connection. So this wire right here, you're going to want to connect it to this wire right here. So this wire is labeled antenna. See if you can see that. If my phone will focus. There we go. So it's labeled antenna. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tie these two together. Now Eonon says that this will boost your reception. I didn't connect them yesterday, and I went to work and got back, and it was a little staticky in spots, but nothing that was different from the last head unit I had. The guy before me had a bunch of extra wiring in here, which is why back here is all a mess. You see that wire cut. But overall, it's not too bad, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these and connect them real quick. All you have to do is just, there's a little plastic nipples on them. Just pull those off. Those are just used for protection. You can use any type of connecting device, butt splices, wing nut connectors. I'm just gonna cut these back and tie them together. I'm gonna have to come back through and tape them up later. I don't think I have electrical tape here. Oh, that's the other thing. It does come with this little nifty guy. It's for a rear view camera. I plan on getting one at some point. So I'm gonna have to take this head unit out again. But it does come with this. So if you already have one, you can easily connect it. So now you see you got these two wire ends. So now you just gotta connect them together. Like I said, this is a pretty straightforward installation. You don't really need to know too much about radios to be able to install this. What I'm going to end up doing is putting one of these nipples back on. Kind of give it some form of protection, at least a little bit, before I can get some tape. I've noticed that Eonon has a really good service department. I know a couple guys have had questions about these units, and they've been answered. There was a group buy a while back on, I think it was Golf Mark 6, and this unit sold for $369. That's the price that I got it for. I think it sells right now for, I think it actually is still on sale for $369. All right, so now we got everything connected. So now it's just getting everything to fit. I'm going to show you one issue that I noticed about putting this thing back on. So let me just get it back in real quick. Most of these wires should fit underneath in the back. Try not to get them, too close to something that'll move or something that might damage the wiring. It is kind of tight with all these wires back here, so you just gotta be mindful of that. Basically, you just get it in. Try to get as much of the wires out of the way as possible. Notice it does take some finagling, I guess you could say, to get it back in, but once you do, it actually fits really nice. So for the screws, you just need a T20 Torx bit. Try not to lose the screws because you're going to need them. From this point, I mean, it's pretty obvious what you have to do. So feel free to stop watching at this point, I guess. But there is one thing about the head unit that's bugged me, but it's an easy fix. So one of the first things that I did, obviously, was take the trim off, and you can see most of the metal clips stayed on. And then if you look at the trim, it's basically where the metal clips go is all broken out. So I'm gonna have to get a new one. Not a big deal, but you'll notice that this space in between your climate control and the actual head unit, it's very small. And this piece right here, I noticed will interfere with the head unit. So you could try to force it in. I've done that, didn't seem to work. Better option would probably be just to shave it down. Either way, I'm gonna have to get a new trim just because it's not gonna pop back on right. But basically, all I gotta do, just pop this bad boy back on. Oh, and now after I say that, now it wants to fit right. So I guess it took me yelling at it yesterday to get it to fit. As you can see, you need to take the top trim off as well with the vents. That's pretty easy. I just have them held up right now by my trim kit. Alright, this just pops back on. And there you can see, fits nicely, nice 8-inch screen. And up here, I'll show you, that's where I have my GPS. It works really good right there. I don't have an issue with it. I never open this vent, but if you do, it just lowers a little bit. There is no sticky back to this that I've noticed. But I mean, right here where I have it, doesn't really need it. Turn it on for you. So you just turn the power on. Alright, and it boots up just like that. So now you see the Bluetooth signal, GPS signal. So it has GPS location. If you go to your settings, you go to your GPS, you go to GPS monitor, it'll show you the GPS actually working. You can use different sort of apps for your location. But then, I mean, the interface is pretty nice. It's very easy to use. If you have Android already, then it's nice. I'm still working on how to work on the screen share. Like I said, this is only my second day with it, but it's not bad at all. So here's steering wheel keys. You can see it changes the stations as well as volume. You can mute it. You can make a phone call. So everything on your phone or your steering wheel works. So again, I'll show you the radio. So sound quality is pretty good. You can go into your settings.
first you both go out your way, and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we need. So remember me when I'm gone.
Everything's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty easy to use, pretty good. Sorry if this is a little long, but I wanted to kind of show you guys the issues that I had. Which now for the trim doesn't seem to be too bad, just those metal clips. So, and once you turn the car off, it stays on as long as you have the key in. Once you turn the key out, or pull the key out, it starts to turn it off, and then that's it. Alright, well, hopefully this helps some guys make a decision on whether or not to get the head unit. And as far as installation, I mean, it's really simple. There is no, I didn't get an installation guide or a user's guide or anything like that. It is on the unit. Once you power it up, you can get to it, which is kind of odd, but I mean, overall, I like this head unit so far, and looking forward to seeing what else I can do with it. Alright, well, I hope you guys found this somewhat useful. Thanks. See you guys.